Prince Harry and Meghan's multi-million-dollar deal with Spotify to end. They got about $20 million.
She's repeating it on air with Netflix in an effort to make us feel sorry for her.
Now she's been accused of copying Hollywood icon Pamela Anderson after similarities were found between the trailer for Pamela's Cooking with Love venture and Meghan's With Love Meghan, both on streaming services.
And today we end with Meghan Markle's new Netflix series, the show titled With Love Meghan.
All right, spill the tea, besties, because we have a scandal brewing in Hollywood that no one saw coming. Meghan Markle's new Netflix show, With Love Meghan, is under fire for allegedly being a frame-by-frame copy of Pamela Anderson's Pamela's Cooking with Love. And the kicker? Pamela Anderson herself is totally aware. But is she planning to sue? Oh, the drama is real. Stay tuned because we're about to break down all the juicy details and latest updates that will have you shocked. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's take a step back and really process what's happening here. Meghan Markle, the former Suits star turned Duchess, has had a roller coaster of a journey in Hollywood. From being a royal to stepping down, then scoring multi-million-dollar deals with Netflix and Spotify, it's safe to say she's been making big moves. But this latest project? Oh, it's making headlines for all the wrong reasons.
It's already negative 2 weeks before the show even starts. Look, my problem with it is that it doesn't feel new, it doesn't feel original, and I can't reconcile this woman who was a global go-getter, a humanitarian, is suddenly freezing ice cubes with flowers in them and expecting us to take notice. Look, she does have form in this, she was a lifestyle influencer in the past before she met Harry.
Reports are swirling that, with Love, Meghan bears an uncanny resemblance to Pamela Anderson's recently announced cooking show, Pamela's Cooking with Love. And when I say uncanny, I mean copy-paste levels of identical. From the cozy, personal storytelling to the aesthetic and overall vibe, fans and critics alike are raising their eyebrows hard. So, what's the truth? And is Meghan Markle really guilty of plagiarism? Buckle up because we're diving in. Okay, let's break it down. Pamela Anderson's.
No, this was so exciting for me to do. It's always been on my list of things. I've wanted to do a plant-based cooking show for a very long time. Been vegan for over 30 years. More than that, I've always kind of been vegetable-based. And it's just, I don't know, so it's like a dream come true. It was a lot of fun to kind of retrofit the barn and have a beautiful place to cook and bring people.
Pamela's Cooking with Love was announced earlier, promising an intimate look at her personal kitchen, favorite home-cooked meals, and a lifestyle approach to food and wellness. It was meant to be cozy, personal, and all about rediscovering the joys of cooking. Now, Meghan Markle's With Love Meghan? It's being described exactly the same way. Cooking, personal storytelling, a homey aesthetic, and a focus on self-discovery through food. The resemblance? It's not just similar. Critics are saying it's blatant plagiarism. Hollywood insiders claim that Markle's team didn't just take inspiration from Anderson's concept, they allegedly lifted entire frames, sequences, and format styles straight from Pamela's Cooking with Love. And you know the internet isn't letting this slide. Social media is going wild.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were on really a winning streak when they landed 2 multi-million-dollar deals. You got Spotify, you've got Netflix. We all watched everything. We did. Yeah, but now Meghan's Archetype podcast is axed in the royal couple's Netflix deal. It's on shaky grounds after reports say bad ideas and not enough content are giving the Duke and Duchess of Sussex a, quote, reputation. Meghan's podcast, let's start there. I couldn't stop talking about this with family over the weekend. It's now canceled right amidst these swirling rumors. Did she or did she not actually interview her guests?
With many calling Markle out for what they see as a desperate move to keep her Netflix deal afloat after the cancellation of her Spotify podcast. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. You'd think Pamela Anderson would be fuming, right? I mean, having your concept allegedly stolen by a literal duchess is not something you just brush off. But in a surprising twist, sources close to Pamela claim she doesn't plan to take legal action. Yep, you heard that right. Despite the swirling accusations, Pamela is reportedly choosing to stay unbothered by the situation. Insiders say she finds the whole thing flattering and isn't interested in getting into a legal battle. But let's be real, just because she isn't suing doesn't mean the controversy is going away. If anything, it's only adding fuel to the fire, and people are demanding answers from Markle's camp. Now, let's talk about Meghan Markle's side of the story. Has she responded to the allegations? Well, Crickets. Yep, so far Meghan and her team have stayed completely silent on the plagiarism accusations. No statements, no clarifications, nothing. And you know what they say, besties. Silence speaks volumes. The longer she waits to address the issue, the more people believe she has something to hide. Some industry insiders claim Markle's team is in full-blown damage control mode, trying to spin the narrative before making any public statements. Others believe Meghan will just try to ride out the controversy and hope it dies down. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Almost 6 months after their splashy royal exit, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are working on a grand entry with the king of streaming. ABC News has learned the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have signed a multi-year deal with Netflix to produce scripted and non-scripted shows, films, and even children's programming. Meghan was perhaps hinting at what's to come during an interview last month with the 19th.
In the weeks that were happening after the murder of George Floyd, in the peaceful protests we were seeing, it shifted from sadness to a feeling of absolute inspiration.
Meghan's multi-million-dollar Netflix deal. We all know Netflix is all about original content. So this kind of plagiarism accusation, not a good look. Netflix has yet to comment on the drama, but if the backlash continues to grow, it could seriously impact Meghan's future projects. We've already seen what happened with her Spotify deal. If Netflix starts questioning her credibility, things could go south real fast. And of course, the internet is eating this up. Twitter is filled with side-by-side comparisons of Pamela's and Meghan's concepts. And let me tell you, some of these memes, brutal. People are calling Meghan out for lacking originality, with some even saying this could be the final nail in the coffin for her Hollywood ambitions. Others, however, believe the backlash is being blown out of proportion and that Pamela Anderson's show wasn't that unique to begin with. But regardless of what side you're on, one thing is clear. This scandal has everyone talking. Now, let's not forget, this isn't the first time Meghan Markle has been accused of borrowing ideas from other people.
Meghan Markle has been accused of faking several interviews for her Axed Archetypes podcast. Industry sources have claimed that the Duchess had staff members on the show conduct interviews with her guests before audio of her voice was edited in to the final episodes. The allegations came just days after it revealed that the Sussex's $20 million deal with Spotify was finishing by mutual agreement. Meghan's 12-episode podcast featured a series of high-profile guests in a one-season run, which included Mariah Carey and Serena Williams.
Remember when her Spotify podcast was called out for lacking originality? Or when her children's book, The Bench, was compared to another author's previous work? Besties, this is starting to look like a pattern. And you know Hollywood. Once the industry loses trust in you, it's almost impossible to regain credibility. If Meghan doesn't address these claims soon, she could be looking at another major career setback. Let's also talk about the bigger picture. How does this scandal impact Meghan and Harry's overall brand? They've spent years trying to position themselves as Hollywood power players, but let's be real, this isn't doing them any favors. With every controversy, their reputation takes a hit. And let's not forget, they're relying on brand deals and media partnerships to stay afloat. If this Netflix deal crumbles, what's next? Could they be on the verge of losing Hollywood's interest altogether? Of course, we also have to acknowledge how the media plays into this. Some believe the outrage is orchestrated, while others think it's just another example of how the press loves to take down Meghan at every turn. But one thing's for sure, this scandal isn't disappearing anytime soon, and every news outlet is milking it for clicks. So what happens next? Will Meghan finally break her silence? Will Netflix step in? And will this controversy fade away, or is it just the beginning of something way bigger? One thing's for sure, Hollywood never sleeps, and this story is far from over. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Meghan really copied Pamela's show, or is this just a coincidence? And should Pamela take legal action or let it slide? Let's chat below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next deep dive into the wildest celebrity drama. Until next time, stay messy and keep sipping that tea.